targeted?
I don't have the cost in front of me, Jordan, but we can get the modification costs to Christine to get to you.
And at Fort Tuck now, are you looking at other places? Is it going to be system-wide or team?
Well, again, it's a pilot, so there's a couple other locations we're looking at because we obviously need more than one location ultimately to do a real pilot. But obviously, we're not going to go system-wide until we collect data, figure out what the ROI on this is, right? You're not going to spend $100 million to collect $100 million at the same time. What we have isn't working to the full level right now, so kind of you get very data driven and see the best way to put that package together.
Have you seen a decrease in fare evasion? I know, 35 tickets, but like any sort of noticeable way that you can have data or anything that shows that it's down?
Yeah, so just the team's working again through this kind of more of a benchmarking and using the data to see. It's hard to isolate, like I mentioned, one variable, but what we've had is every time the police are out there, we've had everything from dozens to ultimately hundreds of people in a deployment turn around, or what they call recorrecting or adjusting behavior. So people that were clearly going to violate a gate either went to pay or they were told to pay and then they added value. So listen, I would much rather people are doing it the correct way. Number two, that they're told, here's how to correct your behavior. All that is much better than us saying you have to get ticketed and ultimately, depending on jurisdiction, arrested.
I know it's really early. I saw the tweet that was put out, 7,000 trips on the Silver Line extension. Was that just for the half day of the first day? And did that surprise you? It surprised me certainly to be at the station, see so many people immediately at Dulles, immediately using it. There probably were that, throughout that afternoon, thousands.
Yeah.
Are you surprised by that? And what does that portend to, especially the fiscal budget hole that's coming up? And is this, new riders that we're seeing?
Yeah. Why don't I say the first part and I'll get the chair if you want. It's that was from 2 p.m., so from opening on. And again, I think what's really impressed me about that was the weather. The weather was horrible, and we had that many people. I was back and forth on the Silver Line to all the events, so I actually took the train from Reston Town Center back eastbound at probably 5 o'clock, 5:30.
Right.
And it was pretty full, and a whole bunch of people with luggage. So I think, again, these are green shoots for Metro's future. But the chair's been working on this for a long time, so I defer to him on some of his comments.
And Justin, I think, look, as this got closer and people were realizing this was opening, we were hearing from a lot of folks like, hey, when is this opening? I've got a trip. Literally, we were getting emails with that kind of question. And I think the jurisdictions were promoting this, the airport authority was promoting this, WMATA obviously was promoting this. So I think there were a lot of things that were coming together that really helped get the word out, and it was exciting. People were really great. We've got ambassadors out there helping people. So there's a lot of group effort here, and again, the jurisdictions I think are really, really pushing this.
And look what the airport did, right? Look at the signage inside the airport, right? So like Jack and the team really, I think, stepped up, was an awesome partner, not just on the construction, but like wanting it to work well. So we're going to see peaks and valleys, right? Like we expect. I think it's going to be real busy here. We'll get Thanksgiving, and then we'll probably be busy during the Christmas holiday period, and then like mid-January is probably not going to be as busy. And then maybe the spring's real big. So it's going to be up and down a bit.
And honestly, Justin, I know it wasn't your story, but the Post did that story of the two riders that went, one they met at Metro Center, one the car, and the thing. I'll tell you, I've got more than a dozen texts from friends of mine. This is like interesting, and people who would debate, but when they see that during rush hour on a busy commuter day. With bad weather,
and then Chair, how about this? That's time. How about costs?
Costs. Well, that's the cost.
So
the cost piece.
Take a weekend. You can actually be in Prince George's County and get to Dulles Airport for $2, right? Think of what an Uber would cost you from New Carrollton or Largo, right? Let alone Metro Center. So even at our max of $6. It's an incredible deal.
I'll tell you, after the Reston, I went to the Reston ribbon cutting. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get back to Petworth. So, traffic-wise, not in
we're going to pretend we didn't hear you driving.
I had to go.
Yeah, that's all right.
I had to go.
Listen, we're going to pretend. Okay, so we got Hannah.
Oh yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Third Metro station, I know in September after you all announced that delay, the city of Alexandria gave you all some action items to manage the contractor's progress. What's the status, of those action items? What are you hearing from them?
Yeah, listen, they're our partner on this, so we have basically a weekly conversation on a daily basis, we have a joint staff and project trailers out on the site. Andy Off and I toured Potomac Yard Station with the city manager probably 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And we're great partners. We're working together. Our whole joint effort is to get this station open, mitigate costs, hold our contractor accountable, and then get through our safety certification process. So personally, I think the relationship is really good. We're all working well together. Listen, no one likes delays. This thing has had a long history, just like Silverline. Everything from certain types of design features, certain contractor, but then obviously the pandemic as well. So, but more importantly, we're getting close to the finish line, and we look forward to getting a more formal date, and probably only a few more weeks actually.
Yeah. And is there any estimate on the financial impact of the delays for that station?
I don't have anything in front of me. They're obviously, I don't believe our current delay would actually add any additional costs. I think it's all within the cost parameters. But coming when we announce more of a day in December, we'll have Andy kind of go through the whole contract from a financial point of view, making sure, because there's a lot of memory or history behind that, so making sure everyone's on the same page of how all that came together. Okay, thanks.
And I think there are
Okay.
efforts going
Thanks,
on at
guys.
the state level to help reimburse.